It's an unfiltered and powerful look at the people who perpetrate phone and internet crimes, while intersecting witchcraft, voodoo, and spirituality.
It would potentially be a life that I would have lived if I had lived in Ghana.
You know, how much guilt were they feeling about what they're doing? This film is a dark statement on the unintended effects of technological advancement. Directed by Ben Asamoah. This is Sakawa.
Says go to meet you. I'm trying to go to meet you. Bro, now, kuna wengi mwenye infana nyema.
Facebook checks the way guy.
UK ya nyama mikrobo. Efa UK. UK ni bedroom. Nyama is slow. Easy.
Yep, pussy ni abo, pussy ni epe abon.
Wow, say.
Mawa, mami pussy.
You see any man chance it? It gets now.
Now it's in Brazil.
What the about so series are Saka women.
How can stand there now? Because I will not be
We are 5 years now.
Well, so we said my friend there's even at least 5 years. 500 Ghana, 500
What's
thousand
wrong
Ghana.
So I said, do you also join?
That would job with me. Scamming and they leave you.
He said, "What you men looking for woman? What you woman looking for man? Not that all. About date of birth. Monday, month in March. Year 1984. No, the email address not Kitty. That's how I do. We are constant love. So. Give me a which one they create email address may not be create. Until you will be so.
Tell my day meeting.
So much space in.
Space.
I'm doing fine.
What I'm doing?
I'm doing fine. So you say hi. How are you? I'm not sure. Hey, hi. How are you?
I'm doing
fine. The fuck on bon. Okay. See you. I know why I fast kakra.
I did fancy.
What question?
If I say how many days? If I days I ain't been young, son, maybe send this.
Oh, this need the ocean so you good. So.
Who not business? Kabo you good, but who your business? Can me. Boss what talk?
Ode, you know, 1 week, good.
Acha 1 week.
1 week, 2 weeks. Business can not papa or mama. Yes.
No, if I say buy, I hear me business about 2 million.
Oh, offering any kind of water now shall be $50, and I say £50. Oh, be 5 million, £50.
Any point 5 million, but I'm trying to say.
Water now shall.
Hey.
And it's all very serious.
Yes.
My years old.
You may be idea.
Maybe I know, sister.
No, where or you from?
Or UK.
You can Ghana and Kwama.
Or quite sudden. The whole UK, Mugus or Mugus name of Peter. We are often Peter, we are in Mugu. Or Mumu and Casa, Mugu pa.
It means he has given to somebody that person will give it to you. It is you have to avail yourself.
of sin is death. One year, Adebia, a good nipa, any nipa, asetanalo, I have considered the Brahman nipa. A manoma bebre, one year manoma bebre, a puchimawa, a Brabana Yabodu.
Me travel quite. Person me process no. Maybe say record.
But first of all, I'm the so pede utu kwanya oko Italy now. My maybe so or best set or
I mean if you could have some person start process.
Untu kwanya
That mean to kwanya.
Okay. Ube here best set. Or there yeah best set now. From there then now yeah passports. I'm sure you don't have that one too.
No.
Okay. For birth certs and passport, at least you need a deposit of $200. $200.
Okay. Let's make a number. Maybe 200 number.
Okay.
No, 200 no. Convert to be 800.
Yeah. Let's say 800 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
800 Ghana cedis.
Okay. Maybe.
All right.
Maybe Antonio.
Martin.
But me do na man na.
Okay.
Maybe my friend.
Man, richest man in Europe.
We are seeing
Europe. Here the whole world, Europe.
And it just a big gate in town.
And so we get up our we get to America. When we can Europe, Belgium, Germany, France, England, Italy, Switzerland, now the Holland, now into Southern Europe on Portugal, Turkey, only Europe.
Check it.
Richest man.
Check it.
Mancho Tega of Spain. More. Sakawa no. Sakawa one check now. We all be checking on shit.
What?
Where the Baba the third.
First ten pound.
Abu check it. First in the world. In the world about the third.
Can't say this way the minga.
Hey, don't do a patience.
Don't know about. Done.
Rubia.
Good boy.
Thanks much. I should do no.
How can I?
Come 450. This one anyway. The passport.
450 this one.
It mean I.
Paper 9 yeah 850.
850.
Bueno, like no man
Matthew.
What are you doing? Off me away. Off me down friend. Hey, Casa. When you go to the sun.
Gebe. Yeah, gebe ya. Chale, asanti man e kosi dem.
Well, my brother went to Canada, father. They went to Nubia na down
Canadian for now.
Minty vida.
So bounce woman Canadian say what I French now. Won say what I can know. Unto umbo finish there papa. Unto couple of papa no. No one so way enkwasare. But when you botam obejo because abrof no mami cho 30 bi say. Who say me ho kire hustle since what do come to once there they will be the parable
who we do it in when they say in the US for now
US no what you Illinois Denver Colorado one yeah
I made to Chicago
from one scam
me one me lucky
okay
so
one of Illinois Denver Alaska North Carolina baby baby
now listening
now we have more Finland like today
I met in income
still sex na
no allow here how about on bump my car say bia
what to say
how are you important baby on bus house your pussy
how is your oh I don't know for by say o ma say o
but you tell
you 50 Henry
why you
into show you do be how many months ni
oh no 4 days for you do that is sir amount ni sir
cool Ghana is
I bet they are profintia.
Oh.
It's a sure of margins of okay.
Okay, transaction be my a pay say she be a $40,000, actually. More to Ashimo Italy. Straight.
Quite now.
Italians are farms, Nico. Farms call Italy, and me go Italy, call farms or. I'm beginning. I'm better. I'm follow it. I'm better. Small girl, no, don't know. Me bano.
Yeah.
Wako on my boys no.
Me quite side to. Okay, so you my friend.
Na dey client no so say. Oh, na kwesi say.
Still depending on how say okwa na nkofo no. Seminar no catch no. Also watching say any rent no one send this scan na dey send that but my try say then ntimi na kasa na dwan be fie. So yam she be from Wednesday going to betun ay kaka.
So then we catch us the ride net no there. You say na be here hard drive. We saw a hard drive maybe. See what I say.
Second hand one.
Most of them bluff now them. Omo use no omo computers that no omo tutu abe Google and say hard drive. So which me hard now you be there. No care then. Me do work on ya then akoshe na akwishira.
White. C'est bizarre, unique. Attends, on va dire. On a dit c'est on va chercher. Ah, on pour dire. C'est une pas drive wherever I find you. Sure. I'm saying anybody na see me. Sakawa.
What's your nice Sakawa? But you say iPhone.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just send me sometime. How are you, Virginia?
Koye houseboy of Manu Efia. Abranti amena mne aduane man monudi. Ono babisiano.
Na aduane manudi.
Aduane is minimum ya. Chemene se mebo momi call. Se mebo no call na o chemo phone so. Say chichawe Fatman to see say yes. Ntono chemo phone so manu mama me no wedi obabisiao. Tu ko tilapia be 10 million breno. Within a week, the chapter almost brought 10 million. But I'm in the market to 50 Ghana. The whole month, no. But within a week, 2 weeks, no grown and slap your berry, no. It almost be 1,000 Ghana, bro. Abo. Some bro from there. Some bisa say you want to so no. Cause, see, no. You do know. Your mama no, I don't want to be buying. I don't know if you say one idea we check that prison now me. The man not didn't me bro. Then I say show. Squeeze one coin do HD. So I bind you man when fan out you. Sure.
Swim across the ocean, to an island far beyond. Oh, fool I remain, oh, fool I remain. Me against the world, uncertain day, burden to man. Oh, fool I remain, oh, fool I remain. I get on my knees and cry my pain, ain't no further to tend to. Oh, fool, I'm a dream of dying. There's no use to live. Oh, fool, I remain. Oh, fool, I remain. Trying to survive, but what's the reason? There's no life in the prison cell. Somebody tell these politicians ain't no trying for himself. Haunted spirits, manslaughter, dirty tricks and magic spells. But a fool I remain, sunshine after rain.
Bafim, cheche mkonko ni bi. Rodin. Wore dachi do se mko oba.
Dachi ndo be kana edwuma no be ye odbo.
Nti dan na na e wo film ho no bia. Ndi se e kwa se na
yes na de
so wo check ya se na
wo internet dey very simple say bo hu be bia obi a o shepo asokra bo hu say
so
unya ne address ni go tin there only problem na ne say o ko Google Earth na o check no if me kind to about it
okay na infant
me share me kind to no say odmo Walmart uno Walmart if I say aside we know browser now because bibi wo home at least What's we can aside browsing and poor.
A Juma now. And now I'm pressing you.
The months no preparation today.
I should make me pay scout back for me. Yes, cow.
Yes, go look at it.
Yes, come and I me the beer swear Juma, me did me laugh. Could you not sit some now? They are with me. Yes, something. Maybe son or no. So me you can come and be say Simon Taja. Maybe.
Nini aboma be ahin na wo ya.
It make me jam
free na kasa.
You know go to kuntu ma wa wo sha betu mu de abo ame no.
Se na me de kan ka tro no ama. Ise you my de.
Nti na make dam no. Wala fi wo ba wo be ka campaign no kasa na me ame ni shi.
Se my de am. I de am pa ne kwa de ba ko pe. But me pesa be tran fie me frefre wa wo fi we den a wa da na de enye fine. At least utumi yeduma na wa che mi so mo che ma betuma ba won che se o sister. Ja. Me se nemen ko yom 5 cedi ne photo credit na in friend browser. So what you say?
Wana me kai wa. Emu ma me ni say ka betu me fi me ncha ko sisia. She say na me say na what no. Me ni say ne beba sisia ni. Me Mr. Yankopon. So on fa wo kransi yi. De bi be shi. Chicken coffee.
Jesus. Dino.
There was when meet you. Head in a day. Address in a day.
Address. There's a what boat no shoot.
Oh, shoot no way.
What my boat? We are no woman trees.
Which is aiming at me. The same is Juma. No, say me via. Me via. Miniska. Maybe Miss Salon. Maybe I know to be in it here. My year, man, my geniska. And I'm passing me.
Yeah, boss. Good evening. Ayo, Pacho, movement no. Mpesen kai yen start movement no. Na sky na last or kind no. Da be mini passport no. Time 5 Ghana cedis. Wow, okay. Oh dear, I mean, Johnson, I mean, check at it. Inti that been of you to me why we was started 4 days. Okay, $200. Okay. Okay. 801. Okay, Mate. To the Mefro. Okay, yo, Mate, yo. 801.
All right.
A for apple, B for ball, C for C for cap, D for dog, E for egg, F for frog, J for I.
Yeah. Yeah. I've really missed you a lot. I said I have missed you a lot. Yeah. How? No. You know that you are the one that I love. You mean the world to me, okay? So I can't afford to lose you anyway. So I never thought of that, okay? Yeah. I do care for you a lot, baby. No, there's nothing going on, okay? They are just friends. You understand? Yeah, they are just friends, okay? No, I can't do that to you, okay? You have to believe me. Alright, so I'll call you when I'm in bed, okay? Okay, love you. Okay, bye.
Outside then. So I make a phone. Phone or me a magic voice will I like make me change it into female voice now there. When I 60.
Yeah, 60 Ghana.
Well, for now it's something about.
But you be calling what?
I'm trying to make things.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, Grant. How are you doing?
Allah, confirm. We're the positive
Okay, I'm still waiting for you. I'm at the bank waiting for you to send me the money.
After we do another catch a client, we have never catch a wheel about them.
No, I didn't want
We are doing it. That's how it is. Mr. Bobby Rinsan, I don't know. I'm Mr. Bobby Rinsan. Some mini problem. Oh, unica classing. Pekakra. Oh, the winter about those kind of pekakra. Why? David, I wouldn't catch number kakra, bro. If I said, every miss of the party too, you can be on a casamention and Barbie person answer. Pardon, person, we are part of the Gamma like you. Oh, brother, in person measure for Besame. Oh, house, I think I've made two person client and Skype. Well, no, who me answer. I say, okay, I think I may have a Skype answer. It is installed on my phone. Haven't tried it yet. I say, why is Skype right now? Say that me pen on well. To we say no. My ad no. Pana Skype no.
My Skype.
To win my ad. Oh, I'm packing my wire. So, to win my ad no. Who's a new lady? We don't clear. Oh, lose our own, bro. The plan will be 50,000 pounds because we need that. We try to do more the other. Or the kakeke.
Allahu Akbar.
So now not let us have you cook. Chat on you to bosh man. Kete mania man ko pashe ma di padena man bele ta anya she. Na ama man yo boutique ko na man le no she nya pa ka man yambu.
So body ni nekana woni nyenye yo mbuka kana.
Nyenye man ba ikulem bola business.
Na.
So ni man ni mo na no yuwa agba la di pashe.
Nto nunca anya tabro.
Nka anya mo ntaba.
So ko to tawa ka
tabro ma ibia na man shukuru nchende buto. Ama yunda mo tabra ma na kanma. Aye bora mo num de kana. Aye
ja.
Way be and she said, "Oh, Hannah, me, and say, Obi, be soon you for fra. Ya geno 5 million, first and 5 million.
Boni some niggas is no smith na drink. The two of the 10 nights a chance. Because on Sunday, no, pelele. meeting with people anymore.
Maybe 2,000 pounds, bro. Since I'm casting key, I believe. We're here, then. Jimmy's cannon. We're here, then.
Natari. Mbogwa. Niama beche wo.
Hello there, guy.
Where the Allah, Charlie. Open where the watch me do, but why in the fire?
Why the guy? I only put you as a party. The boy wabo.
Show me that. What's your dream idea?
Dream idea on pound.
How did you dream that the master? I didn't make catch a tea. Share. What can I say better? What's your money into you, bro? Hard work.
What's time I'm your pound. Best in the young co.
This guy, banana, you know, but you papa, what?
I judge skin man. Sure.
It's in a yanni so nankasa, Ubenya butcher, Osumu, Aromu, Shannon will say, Wadachi, in him, so be me on my day, with you.
And but to your sweet man, Bobia and Boa. Unto me, sweet man, and I won't be beyond with this. It may sound so cow.
Mambo. Mama.
Bro.
You see, you're doing, Mama. You tell her now why you shall be bit. If you know the man, you're not in Sanka. All right.
That's it.
I said, I didn't find you saw me. You tell her now why you use your Mama. Send me my laptop now. You know, I'm catching on, so I'll try not to near it. You don't cover laptop number.
Yes.
How you do? You got some money,
Rapin. Yeah, it's good evening.
Fine evening.
They say.
I'm not doing now, sir.
Boko. We no password near day.
God, Bono. After the case of God.
Mabo. Na me enter. Awa. Baby about. Never. Pa bi na mo go no mo. O say have fun. You wanna okay. Right. And I met him.
Antina dia machewa stay now.
Yes.
Ana wese me pa utro na me de behema na.
Ante say to work sana. Ma dwen na em bibli.
Utma de ba come chew sa any times how.
Be
Be na umbo umodi me ze na yi. Bida bene be yi. Wachina.
Wachina.
Wachina be anani da.
Oh. I saw one Jimmy. It was bad. I'm in one day. I'm bad.
And I'm the first time I'm in a way here. Baba, man, for what's on car. Yeah, we took on trust Baba, who post to your tip and let them a crack of one of my basic. And Tino Hanbok on some of the piano.
Yo, Baba, Dusini, Midi Padi Ibrahim Mohammed. Na me Dusini, me a Juma, me Suma Juma, Ubia, Sabi, Uyari, Yaduako, Udi Fonchain. Na Udi for what the 1 month, na Udi for no anasa or so for no ultimate mouth. Ahonde Fabra na owumposuro me wo bontrase unya dru clinic no ho a opposite ubisa obi akwala kra wo se wo hwe owumposuro aso ya me ni primary B no ana yebo ehie na baba ye nipa bi a chese ukwa bruchirempo na se uhia visa wo ba me chen ana wanya case bi a eye case police station case bi a wa won se emu ye dimba Fabra baba nyamiti ene nananmu adawroma yebeti ni te ama ena internet omo browse internet cafe boys wo de so broninu wo so wo denti said there no wo see enya ade a wono no obesendu efi se amanfo bebre omunya omo internet no ntunu omo fa susunkwa oba so a kwan bia so baba nyankopo begina yachi ama nananmu ebe pro omunyina no ombeboa ama obroninu skapia wo hia bia obechi oke. Sister, your flow say. You na there problem na how.
I'm patching more bony be a metronom. To me, the neighbor no so do be no wabuam.
You na what the Berman picture no waba. You for picture no Fabra. You udiamon owomposu obroni no yo ene ye bompa ye asre awurade nyankopon awo yesu dim apukuso odiamon owomposu obroni we otwe ni motai oboa dollars ni je ye betwe ni edi amano bibia hia ni bia otafo busam bia wo so obeha ni bia ni twitwa ni nyina tugu awo awurade dim apukuso wan usa kukowe odi nkosia miensa besifita enson na afi odi dompe na odi akahu na afi oye bra na odi brano na odi akahu na enso no eto aguma kakra bia ebegum krasa ye makra wodi jan na afi kuko no fasuo na fa mi number no na frame na menche wo ade a odi kuko no beye na chiro achiro no na wachiro love letter asempia upese ukachire obroni no enu wa hi asempia ende se ka na upo so bibia na upo so upe $100,000 billion kra with the ka natural na fabra
Tremendo.
My kitchen say, well, my dearest, well, my dear James, I'm very serious. Want to spend the rest of my whole life with you because I've been single for 6 years now without a man. So far, I'm fine.
Amen.
Dola.
Mbayo, we are not going to change the picture.
Mami share. You should be happy.
But for example, when you have my as is me pedo pound.
Chale munti. Watch man be able share others one chale. Man power.
So man minimum.
Who do you know? Who do you man for what?
But we body as woman on next time what see roadside one or hard. Every meal who are almost 50,000 for that photo.
Yeah, the yes, you go.
Last 2 weeks 50,000 straight.
To above
rush no.
Whatever, do the better fire one.
What about 2 Ghana?
2 million.
Oh, Mangama Drago, the Drago. Again, your Togo, Mamma, a Melenio, Badagi, Melenio, Yate, Mania Baraka, into here. A Fudadalo, Babani, no water, Kamala Jim, a what the Siadi Cow. A basket, you, Manishi, when Yaklet a Yankee, a brandy flavor at Totti. Yaklo di Lentino, in a Yalashi, Lentina. Standing winning and a mapon, who was royal with track, and Donat.
Niko Asia Poli ina ni afe agbedidi ni na ina edone jejina sa na lebe ni asi ni lebe ni di ila jiji wa be aje agbejina sa edowo na mi ha ila fana sa.
Yeah, hello, baby.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you good.
Yeah, I'm doing good, and you?
I'm doing okay. Thank you so much.
Oh, sounds great. It's been a long time since I heard from you. Come again?
I said, what did you say?
I said it's been a long time since I talked to you.
Oh,
I hope everything is okay.
I can't understand you, dear. What?
I said I hope everything is okay with you.
Oh, yes, everything's fine.
Oh, okay. I've really missing you, baby.
It's really hot here today.
Come again?
It's hot here.
Yeah.
The weather outside really hot.
Oh, yeah. The internet connection is very bad. That's why I called you.
Yes, I'm glad that's got better.
Do you know how much I miss you? I wish we are together, baby.
What, sweetheart?
I said, I wish we are together, spending the night together, baby. Come
Listen, baby, I don't have the money right now. I don't have no way to get you over here.
I know, and I know if you have, you will do it. So don't worry, okay?
I just want to make me upset because I don't have the money to help me get here.
So what are you doing now?
I'm not doing nothing, just watching TV.
Ah, okay. I'm also watching a football match.
I know.
All right. So I'll call you when I'm going to bed, okay?
Okay, sweetheart.
Okay.
You have a good night.
Okay, I love you.
Love you too, baby.
Yeah, hello, honey. Good evening.
How you doing?
I'm good, and you? Yeah, hello. What are you saying? Hello? Hello? Yes, yeah. How are you? Hello?
O better about common amanam.
Okay, yes, so if you boko na meeting the Mrs. Tani, come on. Afena, afena, me train browsing and crossing a bit so. Obey
Sir.
The man crying to be crying to know along the line yeah.
Pick be so to me cha. Oh, but say we try yes can now. Obi no we use what we have to get what we want. What I say. So you're serious. And you know, say our clients no. Me too my son na start a chat amount. What I say. And you know, me so on the site no. But see no. Me ba be check. And you have na me so time I me want my clients no. Me ba be check me you know scan ba percentage o ma. Akopem time a wobɛhu sɛne a wobɛyɛ den wobɛyɛ a wankasa wobɛtumi agye western na mane amwa waatase nti ne sɛ wobɛba na maayɛ site na ato phone so atwerɛ sɛne a wobɛwenke na type of pictures a wode bɛto wɔ sɔre na menhwɛ ane sisi antare yɛ hyɛ ohun baby abrɔfo so wɔn nso yɛ dwamanfo pa nti no bɛ hip kakra ebi a wɔyɛ phone so kakra bɛ go bɛ hyɛ hot na wɔde atwa picture wɔde ayɛ DP wɔ site to show bonus so bonus ne ka kyerɛ wɔ sɛ bia ɔpɛ sɛ wo send ne boobs ana sɛ nude pics a wo sɛ wo to ne bill na ne say obey serious na nea ebia on client ne kasa o video na be ka say ye no o ye ebia ro ho obey because kana ope ana ti ro ho because be ka say fe what miss obetimi ehia client because be ka cho say ope say o ti say wo titi efi so won ne wo teta wo share baby
me divia me share no wonam asum bisa me share me pint a share me me fence ne no on
fine. Sa ebinum kwa setna toilet so na ye say na water person what sound na keke na say wo be frɛ no na say what wo chimbi now the one no serious so nso me ne den scanner na ye pe omo ye jimi free
Kasi mencha abufrebu ofen kofi nan papa penasem na fanso na so ye tin na nsu bi da won ofen na oche onsu so dentem ne dem dentem so good tidako anu yangufu kom okoe no na dentem yi no no kire won no ka che won se edu kuda mana won ban sunu nti won kofi na wokoi obi akọ yale na woka che won maame mo na won maame ko ahemfie ko che won na hinye mo ko to gwan na de ko twa sunu na won ya na koi won ma na kofi no also not tiase good na won sunu kwa de iska afane ni bre da ko si chi se okakofa okwen no na so dan denchem no ko dance no papa o hwehwe we until say afane sunya ahemfo kɔ nsu no mu no na bosom no ɔyi kyerɛ wɔn sɛ abɔfra no nanso yɛ den waba ma yi sɛ maadan no te sɛ me ɔda nsu no mu. Ɛdi mfe bebree nso ntumi da nipa bio sɛ ɔyɛ aboa adankyɛm ɔda nso no mu a ɔyɛ gold sika kɔkɔɔ wɔma monim blade wate wɔde ma obia na waagye wate.
Was it?
Like if you are bear, you are very quick. But no why is she show? And a person who say like no hard you find.
But the room is tell me. It's malaria. Malaria. Injection.
Kusɛ. Isso mesmo.
When do you do the cover?
Come ti chiami?
Io
mi chiamo Maria.
Mi chiamo. You say Italian language now.
Piacere di conoscerti, Peter.
Yeah.
Vengo dall'Inghilterra.
E
quanti anni hai?
Download I'm searching and download one app no. Language app no. Yeah.
Come ti chiami?
Okay.
Roma.
What is it? Io do so to mi sia
Piacere di conoscerti, Peter. Di dove sei?
So to mi sia bad. Sepi ya. Meni abe no.
Vengo dall'Inghilterra.
Just right, be just on the fact no. Why do you stay on this year?
Bianco.
Yeah, boss. Yami admo now, sir. I hope so. You know the BBI is successful for me there. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, bank account in the mini bio. And just any our force now, my ocean, my director. Ujamichaka wasn't why motion put them by force. Bank accounts in the mini bio. Hey, buddy, like me no be ample, to magazine be like, oh, don't help me, but you may me into me no be a mini biso.
They say that's a attorney. The fan said, I have a packet. Hello? You and your friends, what would you want your near money now? Fako, na Fakoma, your friends, Fakosi baby and Preku, or na fa your friends, and your money to a farmer and Prekuni, Swati. And to know that and one. No more the map on Prekunu, so I bred what she sabra what she to an amobay me and son what to your friends say. Send the fast one out what done and show what she be Swati.
Yeah, come on, fuck me. Yeah. Yeah. Do it. Yeah. Lick my pussy. Fuck me. Come on, do it. Faster. Yeah. Thank you. Come on. You come? Okay, do it. Yeah, very soon.
start on my job, and start saving some money, stay in my life.
Okay. Okay, I love you.
Yes, hello, honey. I miss you. I want to hear your voice. Hello, baby. How are you? Can you give me a number so that I can call you on the phone? I would like to meet you in person, Maybe I'm in bed just lying down. And I decided to call you and check up on you. I miss you too. I miss you too.
I've been thinking about you today.
Right. I just finished shower and I'm dressing up, so
I wish I could see your pussy.
Yeah, very soon.
Are you missing me?
yeah, of course. I love you so much.
Coming in remote, we have the director of Sakawa from Belgium, Ben Asamoah. Hey, Ben.
Hi, Suroosh. How are you?
Good. It's nice to meet you.
Thank you very much. It's nice to meet you as well.
Sakawa, love your film. It's a story that I've known about for a long time, but never such a unique perspective on it. When was the first time that you heard about the phenomenon of Sakawa?
I heard about it back in 2012, 2013. It was during that time period I was in my last year of film school. So I decided to go to Ghana. I stumbled upon it really because I was just on a holiday and I realized that most of my peers that I was in boarding school were actually doing this activity.
Can you explain what Sakawa is?
Sakawa is an activity, mostly online, internet-based fraud activities, which is in combination with animism, African religious practices. So that's what they call Sakawa in Ghana. Because you just have like Yahoo boys and so on, which is just a form of online practice. But from the moment you go see a voodoo priest or any type of consultation, then it becomes Sakawa.
You've explained in the past that there are different levels of Sakawa.
Yeah.
In the film, what we're seeing, this fraudulent activity to hustle for cash, that's like a entry-level Sakawa?
Well, the romance canon is what I've mainly focused on. And because I think that's where it really starts. There are obviously more sophisticated ones, but this is how it starts. And the backstory is quite interesting because it started with pen pal boys, you know.
Right.
Prior to the arrival of internet, they were just writing letters. They would just ask straight up for cash. But prior to them posting the letter, they will go to see a voodoo priest to basically bless the letter so that they will have more luck whenever they make their request to the person.
So the successful practitioners of Sakawa in your film, what's the kind of range? Like how much do those guys make? You know, how well can they live if you're really good at Sakawa?
It depends on the type of version that you're practicing. I'm on beginner stage and the guy who wants to go to Italy, they earn a couple of hundreds a month.
For best sets and passport, at least you need a deposit of $200. $200.
And then there is like the mid-range, has earned $10,000s of dollars doing this. But he is still also a bit limited in compared to the real high ballers, you know.
Right,
Those that have made $250,000 before. But that requires more sophisticated setups in compared to what you get to see in the film. You know, what you get to see in the film is more the elementary stage of the practice. But yeah, it ranges from a couple of hundreds to, you know, $10,000s of dollars.
So a lot of people have covered this story before. Vice has done something on Sakawa years ago that Thomas Morton hosted.
The thing with Sakawa is while it's essentially free money, it isn't easy money.
And people have written about it, but we don't see this side of the story. The actual people who are doing the Sakawa and learning it and what their lives are like. What made you want to do this story from this perspective?
Well, between the ages of 11 and 15, I lived in Ghana. I was in a boarding school. And it was a culture shock for me because prior to that, I had lived basically my entire life in Belgium. The hardship, you know, at boarding school, the facilities, everything was very different to what I was used to. I got a little bit of the taste of how it is to live in Ghana. This is actually my personal reason of wanting to tell the story because it would have been potentially my own life if I had not lived in Belgium. If I did not have the chance to study in Europe and so on, I would have probably be doing this type of practice.
What do you think is missing from the other Sakawa coverage that you've seen out there?
I feel like it's a little bit sad because there's a big fixation on the West to point fingers. Whenever you watch these programs, like I used to watch like Dr. Phil, and I would see like people that have been victims. And obviously you sympathize with someone that has lost such an amount of money and also emotionally has been affected. But it didn't. The boys and the girls in Ghana were never given a platform to tell things from their perspective. I felt like it was important to at least provide a platform where I'm not going to paint them as angels. You know, they smoke, they drink, they do what they do. But at the same time, there's a human side to them as well. They're just human beings. And that's the story that I wanted to tell.
So
you've got a strong connection to Ghana.
Definitely. I speak the language, understand the culture, and of course my roots are from Ghana. It gives you a little bit more access. And even when people are trying to prevent something from being said, you can hear people in the background saying like, oh, you can talk about this subject, but don't talk about that. And since you understand the language, it makes it easier for you to know the type of people that are preventing them from telling the whole story. So in my situation, let's say we shooting somewhere and you have street people just passing by and they're like, oh, don't mention about this type of practice. But because we speak and understand the language, it's easier for us to know when people are trying to limit what they want to tell. And I think that is what's a little bit different from what was out there already.
My brother went to Canada, father. They went to Nubia, down
Canadian for now.
Minty Vida.
So, bounce on Canadian say what I French now, won't say what I can't know. Don't go finish it and papa. Do a couple of papa. No one's way in Quasari, but when you have time of bedroom because I bluff no, I'm sure that is being said. Who say me on what today? Husband, Sentinel. Who do come to once there? The baby parley.
What were some of the challenges you faced shooting in Ghana?
Money. There's a lot of people requesting for money, especially when you're with a big crew and they see a big camera, they see white people. Some people were also concerned about, are you gonna be one of the people that comes to Africa to shoot the poverty and get a lot of money out of it, you know? So those are the type of conversations that we had as well. And audio-wise, it's also very, very tricky filming in Ghana. At every moment there is a church, there's some event going on, there are like random cars, there's like, you know, preachers, a lot of things. So if you're looking for great audio, you might want to think of some creative ways when you're filming in Ghana. And also The electricity, sometimes it doesn't happen often, but now and then you need a generator or you need something in case there's a blackout. Also make sure like you treat the people with respect, you know. If the people sense that you are disrespecting them in some way, tensions might get high because, you know, there's already a lot of frustration. A lot of people feel they got nothing to lose. You got more to lose. So, you know, at the electronic waste, for example, where we were filming 2 days prior to us being there, 2 people were sliced with machetes. So it does happen. It's real. Like tensions can get really high, and sometimes it might just be over a small misunderstanding, but because there's layers and layers of frustrations and so on, you might just be the wrong person at the wrong place at that moment, you know?
Right.
So you need to trade carefully.
And I decided to call you and check up on you.
Can you speak a little bit about the role of technology in the film, e-waste? The garbage dump scenes are incredibly powerful. Are you including that in the documentary as like, this is just a fact, it exists, or is there like a subliminal layer to the message and meaning of the film?
I'm glad you brought this up because to me there is a layer to it. And I feel like we're so connected regardless of where you live in this world, you know. Whatever we do, technology has brought us much, much closer together. I mean, not necessarily in the physical sense, but we have access, and everybody in Africa these days have access to the internet or to mobile phones and so on. So we all connected. And I wanted to show that on one aspect, you have the individual boys and girls that practice Sakawa, and you can condemn their practices, but on a bigger scale, there is us whom indirectly contribute to this environment that gets polluted, to this toxic environment in Ghana.
There's a whole industry in Ghana around the garbage dump where all the e-waste is. You know, why there? Why is it going to Ghana, to this place?
I would say that Ghana is one of those countries that, in terms of, you know, internet, they were quite willing to accept whatever was coming from the West. It has one of the better internet connections on the continent. But I think people in the West also saw that and they took advantage of it. You know, let's get rid of that. And let's dump it in a developing country like Ghana. You know, the diaspora are also part of the problem sometimes. Some of them that are exporting things to Ghana contribute to the problem as well. So it's not just Western leaders, it's also Ghanaians that play in a role as well.
And internet, browse internet cafe boys, who there so Brunino was who I did say there no see in your idea or no or best and do if you say a month for be brave Omunia or more internet into Omupa Susunka Obanswa, Quantia also Baba Yankupo Betina Yachi, Ama, Nanano, my bed pro Muninano, on the Boa Ama, or Brunino, Scapia here, or better.
How seriously do these guys who do Sakawa take voodoo?
Voodoo is very serious in Ghana and I would say in other African countries as well. Because prior to the Christianity or any type of Abrahamic religion, voodoo used to be their way of life. So it's very deep rooted into the system.
One who said Kukowe, Odin Kosia, me and Sam, Besifita and Son. Na afe wodi dompe na odi akahu na afe oye bra na odi bra no na odi akahu na enso no eto oguma kakra bia ebegum kura se ye makura wodi jan na afe kuko no fasu o na fa me number no na frɛ me na menkyerɛ wɔ adeɛ a wode kukuo no bɛyɛ na kyerɛ akyire no na wakyerɛ love letter asɛm biara a wopɛ sɛ woka kyerɛ obroni no ɛne wɔhi asɛm biara ɛnɛ sɛ kaa na wopɛ o sɛ biribiara na wopɛ o sɛ wopɛ $100 billion koraa wodeɛ ka na kyerɛ na fa bra.
Have you ever done voodoo?
There's this time that I was in boarding school and I think I was 15 years old and there was this girl that I really liked. And my friends like, we can go see a voodoo priest. And I was like, are you sure that will work? And it's like, yeah. So we went to go see a voodoo priest. We told our story. The woman gave us sheet paper and she told me to write the girl's name and keep it in my wallet. I think I should keep it in my wallet for a week and then approach the girl and try and have a conversation with her. Unfortunately, it didn't work for me. That was my first taste of voodoo. But I think the idea of voodoo has a different meaning in the West. It's mostly associated with revenge and blood rituals and so on and so forth. But it's more about balance, it's more about energy, and it's more about how to learn more about the universe. So what I mean with that is that, for example, there is a scene in the film where the boy is being given a couple of eggs that needs to be turned into a chick. And he tries to do everything to make sure like the egg becomes a chicken. But in reality, the woman wasn't really expecting the eggs to become a chick. The idea was to take care of the eggs, and whatever you take from the universe, just treat it with care. And once you do that, you'll get a lot of good in return. So the egg was a symbolic way of trying to tell the Sakawa practitioner that if he is kind to the man, he will receive money or whatever rewards from the person as well. So it wasn't necessarily about the egg. It requires a little bit of interpretation to understand.
And then at one point he flips the egg over and it looks like it's got a crack in it. And I'm like, oh, did he actually succeed in like successfully like having a chick come out of this egg or not? But I think the answer is no, right?
The answer is no.
That's so sad.
It is sad, but it isn't. I mean, I think there's a lot of wisdom in voodoo, and it doesn't need to be taken literally. You take something from the river or from the forest or whatever and you use it wisely, and once you finish, you return it back to the place that you took it. They take it very serious, and I took it quite serious because there was a moment that I was filming. There was like some object and I wanted to go remove that object, and immediately the people in the village were like, no, don't touch it because it's one of our gods. The energy of the gods is inside that object. So I'm like, whoa.
No, that's a bad. I hear me busy my bottom down.
Oh, offering any kind of water now should be $50 and I say £50. Oh, be £5 million, £50.
Any put $5 million, but I'm trying to
water now.
Hey.
And so how hard was it for you to establish, the trust with the characters that we see in the film, to gain access to this scene? Was it hard, or was it, were they willing participants?
I think it's a bit of both. Some people were really willing to talk about it. There were a lot of people also who were reluctant, and I needed to get like the major or the bigger boys within the activity to sort of give me the green light. So that took a bit of convincing, and I had to make sure like I was going to tell the story in a way which is hopefully a bit fair to them, but also to whoever is viewing it,
I'm still wondering why they would agree to participate in your documentary. It's a fraud-based activity. I'm assuming it's illegal in Ghana to do Sakawa, is that right?
I'm not sure about illegal. I think it's been frowned upon. It's like an open secret, but nobody is really willing to embrace it. It doesn't matter what type of business you are in, you do have some relative that practice Sakawa. It's something that people are not necessarily going to condemn unless pressure coming from Western countries. If you haven't got a solution, then sometimes it's better to allow people to find their own bread.
No, Norway or UK.
Or UK.
UK and Ghana, Kwama.
Or quite sudden wa. The whole UK, Mugus or Mugus name of Peter. We often Peter, we are in Mugu.
No offense to all the Peters who are watching this. This isn't directed at you. You want to talk about this clip?
Sure. So, I mean, here she's just getting a crash course from her brother. And she is very naive. She doesn't know much about the practice in terms of how much she can earn. To her, there's a lot of money, especially come from where she comes from, selling onions and stuff. It is a way to motivate her a little bit to start with the practice. The idea is to give her a bit of an idea what she can earn in order to achieve her dreams. So she wants to basically have a hair salon, own a hair salon one day. And the idea is that you need to do something. It's a bit of a Machiavellian type of mindset, The end justifies the means in the sense that you got to make your hands a little bit dirty to get some money.
Minya transaction be minya a pay out say she be a $40,000, $50,000 actually more tuition Italy straight. Italians are farms in the
so now not let us how you cook. A chat of Newton Bolshema. But the mania one cook a deeper dinner, Mamble and share.
If you're like a poor kid in Ghana who's doing Sakawa, how do they perceive white people or white people in America or in the UK?
When they think about Europe, when they think about the UK, when they think about the States, they think about, it's an association with money, with wealth. And how do you blame them? Because, they've been watching MTV and all this they have access to internet. And, when they look at their roads and they look at the roads in Europe, there's a big difference in types of buildings, type of, everything.
How much guilt were they feeling about what they're doing?
Some were willing to explain or justify the reason why they were doing what they were doing. But I was absolutely not interested in that. I told them I just wanted to tell the story. I'd been going to Ghana back and forth, and I had spoken to a lot of these boys, and one of them told me a very interesting story. His dad had died, his mom is barely making ends meet, and he needed to go sell stuff on the street. And so that's what he was doing. But the stuff that he was selling on the street couldn't provide him enough money to survive, so he kept being thrown in jail. In Ghana, when you owe someone money, the person can involve the police and they'll throw you in the cell, even if it's like a week or two, it happens. So he told me this story and he was crying, so when he started crying, I felt like, wow, how do I make sure I can put this in the movie? Because I'm never gonna see or have these raw emotions again. So we took everybody out of their natural environment and we went to the room there. We set up, tracks and everything. And I basically stood behind the cameraman and I sent the guy a message. And I told him listen, can you tell me your story again? And I tapped on my cameraman's shoulder now is the time to do the travel.
Koye houseboy of Manu Efia. Abranti amena mne aduane man monudi. Ono babisia no.
Na aduane monudi.
Aduane is minimum ya. Temene se mebo momu call. Se mebo no call na o che mo phone so. Say chichawe Fatman to say yes. Ntono che mo phone so manu mama me no wedi obabisia o. Tu ko tilapia be 10 million breno. Within a week, the chapter we almost brought 10 million, but I'm in the market to 50 Ghana. The whole month, but within a week, 2 weeks no bro at slap your berry no. It almost be 1,000 Ghana bro. Abo. Tabo of no day. Tambisa say you no so no.
And I knew it was just going to be beautiful because the atmosphere was just right. It was around 10 or 11 in the night. That time period that the place is a bit quiet. Everybody is trying to focus. The Americans are waking up.
Then I say show. Squeeze one coin do HD. So abanju man na fa na kwakoye. Sure.
And everything came out beautiful.
Swim across the ocean to an island far beyond.
As a filmmaker, where do you draw the line between observational documentary and setting up a scene to get what you want?
Yeah, I've had a lot of conversations with my mates regarding this topic. I personally, I keep saying like, I really don't care. You can box it whatever you want, you know, whether it's documentary, whether it's fiction, whether it's docu-fiction. I'm not really interested in the title that you give it. You can do what you want as long as you don't lose credibility. That's how I feel about it. I like to control things a lot, you know, so there's no secret about that. When I was back in film school, I got influenced a lot by directors like Ozu, the Japanese director, and I just like their way of framing, composition and everything. But to me, when I'm telling the story, I just want to make sure in terms of emotions, I'm conveying whatever needs to be conveyed. I also wanted to get a little bit away from the way that most documentaries are being shot in Africa. It's very raw, which is important, which is also the way it is out there.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm definitely in Africa right now.
it's very much rock and roll. It's handheld, but I wanted to get a little bit away from that and show you Africa or Ghana in this situation in a beautiful way, like nicely framed, but still hopefully get the message across. You know, so obviously you can lose some level of spontaneity by you know, working with a big crew and so on. And it did happen, but those are some of the choices that I guess you make, you know.
Your DP, did you have some kind of beef with the DP?
No, we're actually really good friends. I mean, we became good friends during the time period that we were filming, but afterwards even better because of the conversations that we were having. But of course, I mean, to me, it was my first big project. I had done little stuff for Belgium TV before, but not of this magnitude. So I needed an experienced person, and he was very, very experienced. But he's the type of person who will force you to think. He will not just press record and start filming whatever you wanted to film. So we had a lot of conversations, and there were a lot of moments that I'm like, you know what, I need this insert. And then he's like, I'm not just gonna shoot an insert for the sake of it. Like, what is it supposed to, you know, what are you telling? You know, are you just shooting it because you want to be able to use it in the editing room? He pushed me in terms of thinking about what I needed to film, what was important. So I'm very grateful for that, and I would probably be working with him on my next project again. So there's no beef. It's just little misunderstanding on the sets.
And some of the scenes that we've been referencing, I guess he was the DP, so he probably should get some of the credit for these scenes that we're finding so visually powerful, right?
He himself, he doesn't care too much about beautiful shots, actually.
Yeah.
Even though he's really, really good at what he does, he cares a lot about trying to understand what's in your mind. We might as well have handheld shot the thing. It doesn't make a difference to him. He doesn't care about that a lot. He's very artistic, but at the same time, he's very simple. I don't know what else word to use, but he's very simple in his day-to-day life, but he's a prick when it comes to filming.
Well, sometimes that gets the best results in the field as well.
Absolutely.
Matthew.
Why did you mean? Off him away. Off my gown frame. Hey, Cassa. When you go to Cassa.
Let's talk about the romance for a second. How does this affect, their mental states, if you will? For their job, they're hustling and pretending to be in love and talking to white dudes abroad who are masturbating on the other end of the phone, or the women are asked to do things like, fart on the toilet or whatever it is. Like, how does this affect them?
Because of the practice, certain things might lose their power. For example, when they are talking to their friends or relatives, they say, I love you. It doesn't carry the same weight anymore because of the activities that they've been doing.
You are the one that I love. You mean the world to me, okay? So I can't afford to lose in any way.
So in that sense, definitely it does have an effect on them. They're human, they do realize like this might not be the best way for them to earn an income, but at the same time too, they feel like the chances are limited. They're just making use of what they have. It's not something that they are proud of. It's not something that they do with a lot of enthusiasm. It's a type of practice that is mainly to help them get to the next stage of their lives.
Yeah, I think you do a great job in the film of kind of painting this picture of what their circumstances really are, what their lives are like, and how much hardship there is in their lives. And I read something, I think you might have said it, or it was in an interview. They are victimizing, but they are also victims.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I do think that, they find themselves in a very difficult position. And what I mean with that is that, I spoke about the lack of opportunities, there's a high rate of unemployment. But also there's a religious aspect in Africa, in most countries in Africa. Religion is still a very important and a big thing. In Ghana, you have 3 main religions. You have Christianity, you have Islam, but you also have African traditional religion, and it still has a big influence. It definitely plays a role in the daily lives of the people, and because of that, there are voodoo priests that take advantage of this type of power as well, or influence.
Chale, munti. Wacha ma bia be share others one chale. Man power.
From Salman minimum.
Who do you know?
Okay.
Who do you have for them?
As a matter of faith.
Yeah.
But we what you assume man, next time what see roadside one or you had. Ebe me akubu akwaje almost $50,000 for that photo.
Yeah, the yes you go.
Last 2 weeks 50,000 straight.
And this is how they basically try to get money from the Sakawa. They're also in a situation where they are being scammed as well.
Well, look, Ben, I really appreciate all the time you've given us.
You're welcome.
Really, really fascinating conversation about an incredibly compelling film.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time as well.
All right. We'll be in touch, though. Yeah.
Keep up with the good work.